Well, my friend had a baby. And I let time get away from me. And he's 12. Is there an area of your establishment? Are you the proprietor?
Be asking that sort of thing. They have birthday, then they have birthday humorous, you know. That kicks it up a notch. They have sympathy, no sympathy humorous. I've yet to see where they've tried to. I guess that's good. You wouldn't want to get one of those. Sorry about your Uncle Fred, but hey, sometimes you end up dead. Did somebody blunk him in the head? Did somebody pump him full of lead? What the? Are they trying to be humorous? Bet you're glad it wasn't you instead.
I don't know, it was really fun to watch. You ever watch Telemundo soap operas? You ever seen those? Those are Telemundo Internacional. You read clicking, I mean, it's hilarious. I mean, Telemundo, you see those highlights of Menudo. Right, they got tight butts. My parents watch Telemundo all the time. Like, I mean, I can't even understand them. I mean, they talk so fast, you know. Dita manito de seda manito de cuota manita de seda manito de cuota manita de seda manita. Oye, teléfono. Hola, Cristina. Sí. Ah, cochino puto. Seda manito de cuota manita de. Telemundo. I like to do every Telemundo soap opera. You guys seen the soap operas? Because the women are very beautiful and they never cry. It's always the men who cry. They got that Telemundo. Maria. Maria?
Oh, ay, ay, ay. Oh, ay, ay, ay.
Maria? Maria? Maria. Fernando, mi amigo. Mr. Cucci Cucci. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué, María?
Juanito. Ay, ay, ay. Fernando. Muy grande. ¿Y tú? Chiquito.
Round of applause, anyone go to Catholic school as a kid? A few people? Oh, there's some people, yeah. You can always tell the people who went to Catholic school as kids because they're atheists. Because they really beat it out of you. You know, you go in with a good attitude and you're just like, oh man! I wanted to believe! And it's not just the molestations. Don't get me wrong. If it were just one vice, I think we could give them a pass. For me, it was these fundraisers they'd have us do every year. They would, and I'm not exaggerating, they would hand us a cardboard suitcase full of trinkets to sell door to door to strangers. And if we sold enough of them, they would give us a pair of aviator sunglasses. Because that is what third graders need. Sexy eyewear. So the Catholic Church was like my knick-knack pimp, you know, like I would just like carry this suitcase that was like the size of my body up to a stranger's house, and I would be like, "Hello, I'm from St. Mary's School. Perhaps you would like to buy a Daffy Duck pencil sharpener or a polar bear pot holder." And then people would be like, "We're eating dinner right now," and I would be like, "It'll just be a minute," and I would just walk into their home. I didn't know any better, you know, I'd just open up shop and be like, "Perhaps you'd like a desk set organizer or popcorn for a year," and they'd be like, "Please leave our home." And then I'd just start stuffing this stuff back in, but it never fit in the way it had originally been placed in. And I'm kind of like scissor holding the whole thing together and sidestepping out, like, "I'm so sorry, I'll be out of your way in just a minute." And that is why I am angry at the Catholic Church, because I didn't get my sunglasses. And I am going to go back to the Vatican this year, and I am going to ask for my damn sunglasses, and they are going to be confused. I went to a Catholic college as well. They wouldn't sell condoms on campus, which was to teach us a lesson to save up for the abortion, because that can be a pricey fix. I mean, come on. Hey, I'm a jokester. Hey, no, obviously I'm kidding about that, but it just seems crazy. You put a bunch of 19-year-olds in a dorm together, they're not going to be like, "Well, I guess since we don't have condoms, we'll just play Pictionary." Does anybody have any pogs? I like those pogs. No, they're going to have sex with each other, because that's what college is for. It's where dorks go to have sex with other dorks. It's like a dork mating service. Yeah. That's where your children are right now.
Hey, did you know that when someone just poop, they do a little dance? Why? 'Cause they're party poopers. Okay, I got one. Did you know that frogs feed scare predators? So if you're near a frog, you're in the danger zone. You're in, get it? We're talking science at the Virginia Aquarium. Click to learn more.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores. So you can keep your family moving forward while staying on budget. From breakfast essentials to lunchtime favorites, dinner ingredients, and everything in between. Kroger's got what your family's craving. That's real savings on the items you want and need. Shop in-store or online at Kroger today. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile, with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate for 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Thank you. Thank you. It's, you know, I'll be honest with you, I don't think the show's going to be as good as that. Like, I think I'll let you guys down. Thank you guys so much. That was unbelievable. You guys are great. And it's just, you know, I feel like we've peaked, so let's just get doing it. Something? All right. I'm very excited here. My name's Nate. I'm married and stuff. This is what marriage feels like, by the way, what it feels like in here right now. It's just one person talking, the other's like, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm from Nashville, and me and my wife, we were in Nashville last summer, and we went out on the lake with some of our friends, and we were like floating around the water, and there was a guy in a boat like right next to us, and my wife was like, oh, that's my ex-boyfriend in that boat. Now, I didn't know who he was, so she didn't have to say that at all, you know? She was just basically like, you having fun? Because I like to put a stop to that. And make you stare at this guy the rest of the day. So I'm like staring at him, and then I look at my wife, and she's staring at him, and I feel like she's staring at him to see what her life would be like if she didn't marry me. So I started staring at him, because like, I want to see what my life would be like if I didn't marry her, you know? And we were putting so much pressure on this guy, and we stared at him for a while. He did nothing exciting at all. And, you know, we looked back at each other and just realized, you know what, we don't have a boat. That's the only difference. My friends were like, you should have went and tried to fight him. Why don't you go fight him? And I was like, well, what if I had to swim over to that fight? So I don't know how intimidating that is for a guy to see a head in a life jacket floating his way. And then I gotta get in the boat, you know? Like, have you ever tried to climb into a boat from water? It's not aggressive. It takes an hour if no one is in the boat. Like, if he's in there, I'm never gonna get in. I would need his help. I'd be like, could you help me into this boat? I can't tell you why, but I really need this boat.
Moving on to France. I worked in France about 5 years ago. I was there for 2 months. I did a movie, and I enjoyed France. You know, not everybody was all warm and fuzzy. Panetta's actually a French name. But it's not like I walk off the plane and Lumiere was there. Biagas. No. And you have to know French, and you have to speak it well. If you don't speak French well, they get very upset. I stayed at a 5-star hotel, and I went up to the concierge, and I said, excuse me, do you know where I can get some breakfast? Je ne comprends pas, monsieur. You know what I'm saying, you little bastard. You're watching CNN in English. Where's breakfast? You know, in France, they don't really do breakfast. It's not like the thing. Breakfast is called English breakfast. There's no breakfast. It's called breakfast petit déjeuner, which means don't vote till noon. They give you a croissant and a cup of coffee. I have a croissant and a cup of coffee on the way to breakfast. Where's my breakfast? Some days were great. The bread, it was good bread. And their reckless disregard for how bad butter is for you never failed to impress me. For a little stretch, I was getting cheese every meal. That'll get you after a while. Look what we have for you, some more fromage. I don't want any more cheese! I would like to go to the bathroom this millennium. I'm pounding Metamucil in beer steins. You're giving me cheese! So, I worked on a movie set, and there was catering at the movie set. Usually it's great. But this was a little mom-and-pop operation. And the French have very eclectic taste in food. You could get, you know, pigeons, snails, cow brains. One time, for lunch, for 40 people, the caterer fed us rabbit. Who does that? Who says we got 40 people coming over? Everybody likes rabbit, right? There were no other choices but rabbit. And it wasn't like rabbit disguised as chicken. It left nothing to the imagination. Look at the little bunny! But on the weekends, you get to go to great restaurants and have just a wonderful time. This French crew took me on a wine tasting. And I went there with an attitude, oh yeah, wine tasting, I drink tequila, you know, bring on your wine. After the first hour, the subtle differences in the wine started to elude me. Red, white, Boone's Farm apple. These people could drink wine for 10 hours and drive a school bus. Which ones do you like better, the Margots, the Letos, the Coteaux, Chalamet? I don't remember getting in the car. I remember sitting on top of a piano, smoking. I don't smoke. Quand je suis content, je bois le viande. Later that afternoon, I wound up at a nude beach. Let me tell you the nude beach story. I technically wasn't naked, I was covered in sunblock. It was that sunblock 50, and it doesn't rub in, so I look like a car that hadn't been buffed out. And you have to put sunblock everywhere. Everywhere. I found out there's a fine line between rubbing lotion on yourself and rubbing yourself with lotion. I think I crossed that line.
Find the best savings for your Memorial Day barbecue, all in the Kroger app. Get 1 pound packs of flavorful Kroger 80% lean ground beef for $3.99 each. Then buy one, get one free on select Breyers ice cream, all with your card. Shop these deals at your local Kroger, less than 10 miles away. Or click the screen now to download the Kroger app to save big today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Prices and product availability subject to change. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hardee's Original Bag packs 2 full-size favorites, plus fries and a drink starting at $5.99. Pair any 2 items. Choose from a charbroiled double cheeseburger, hot ham and cheese, or hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Or choose 2 double cheeseburgers for just $1 more. A great big bag of original goodness starting at just $5.99. Only at Hardee's. Download the Hardee's app and join my rewards for special offers. These items are tax not included. Price and participation vary.
Military families, Verizon is offering a discount of $15 off your monthly internet bill with a fast, reliable Fios 1 or 2 gig plan because Verizon is proud to serve those who serve. Visit your local Verizon store or call 1-833-VERIZON to learn more.
Prepare for your future at Liberty University. Choose from over 700 degree programs online and on campus, from the certificate to the doctoral level. Plus, Liberty University Online Academy, an accredited K-12 school, offers flexible education with a biblical foundation. Learn more at liberty.edu/discover.
I had a job interview at an insurance company once, and the lady said, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" I said, "Celebrating the 50th anniversary of you asking me this question." chance. I find that duck's opinion of me is very much influenced over whether or not I have bread. A duck loves bread, but it doesn't have the capability to buy a loaf. That's the biggest joke on the duck ever. Like if I worked at a convenience store and a duck came in and grabbed a loaf of bread with his beak and walked out, I would let him go. I would say, come back tomorrow, bring your friends. When I think of duck's friends, I think of more ducks, right? But shit, you could have like a beaver in tow. Because if you're an animal, you want to have a beaver as a friend. Because they got some kick-ass houses. That shit is on the lake. Lakeside my ass, lake on. And if I was to give a duck bread, I'd give him Pepperidge Farm bread. Because that shit's fancy. It's wrapped twice. So you open it, and it still ain't open. That's why I don't buy it. I don't need another step between me and toast.
My wife hates that joke. And I love her, but not enough to get rid of that joke. I would do anything for my wife. I'm aware of that. But there are people that are more romantic. Prince Edward abdicated his right to the English throne for the woman he loved. Isn't that unbelievable? He was forced to choose between the woman he loved or being king of England. And that idiot chose the broad. Now, I'm sure in that moment it was the right decision, and I'm happily married, but even in the best relationship, each person has thoughts where they go, I've made an enormous mistake. But we never thought I could have been king of England. Do you think Prince Edward really ever got over that? Every time he had to empty the trash, he's like, the king of England doesn't have to empty the trash. The king of England can chat with his ex on Facebook. Can you imagine what kind of news event that abdication was in the UK? There must have been, he's gone mad. We should get him to hospital. Jim, your British accent is getting worse. Why wouldn't you take 5 minutes and learn a good accent? It's just lazy. It's just lazy. My wife's pretty amazing. She is better at things, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Like her guilt trip, legendary. My wife is half Catholic, half Jewish, so her guilt trip is like a superpower. I walk in a room, she looks at me, and I feel horrible. And that's called love. We've been together so long, I won't get angry about a guilt trip she hasn't even given me yet. I'll be like, I'm gonna watch football games. She's like, okay. And I'm like, 'cause I want to. I'm always in trouble with my wife because I'm selfish, I'm lazy, insensitive, a bunch of other stuff she rattles on. And I understand being in trouble for stuff I've done, but sometimes I get in trouble for stuff other men have done. Once I got in trouble for something a guy did in a movie. I was watching a movie with my wife, and in the movie there was this married guy with children who left his family for a 20-year-old woman. And I knew in that moment I should sleep on the couch. And the movie ended, and my wife looked at me, and she was like, why would someone do that? And I was like, it was in the script. I didn't say that. I just said, where do you want me to sleep? People spell their name however they want. Has nothing to do with phonics or nothing. Not sure what phonics is, but... I saw the girl that was hooked on it. She's got a problem with it, apparently. Have you seen that commercial? Hooked on phonics, work for me! Yeah, she's adorable, you know? I was thinking, wouldn't that be weird if she was applying what she learned and she couldn't get the commercial straight, you know? Hook it on phonics, working for me! Hook it on phonics, working for me! Okay, cut. You talk to her, man. We ain't gonna move a lot of tapes this way. I'm telling you right now. Anyway, I met this woman. Her name was Amy. You know, so I go, oh, A-M-Y? She goes, no, A-Y-M-I-E. Oh. I have to take a nap. I'm Brian, B-R-I-V-O-L-B, and the number 7 the letter Q. Look at my name tag. It's big. Something.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores. So you can keep your family moving forward while staying on budget. From household cleaners and paper goods to personal care items and pet supplies, Kroger's got what your family's craving. All at lower prices so you can get even more for your money. Shop in-store or online at Kroger today. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Some mornings call for a little extra comfort. Introducing Hardee's new home-style breakfast burritos with cheese, fluffy egg, crispy hash browns, breakfast sausage, bacon, and sliced ham in a warm tortilla served with a side of Texas Pete hot sauce. Home-style breakfast burritos, only at Hardee's. Goodness in the making. My rewards members get a free blueberry biscuit or sausage biscuit when you order on the app. Limited time only. Exclusions may apply by time of day. See app for terms.
Military families. Verizon is offering a discount of $15 off your monthly internet bill with a Fios 1 or 2 gig plan. Plus $400 off select Samsung products on them when you spend $800 or more on an eligible item at Best Buy. Because Verizon is proud to serve those who serve. Visit your local Verizon store or call 1-833-VERIZON to learn more. Terms apply.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Pablo Francisco.
Thank you.
Hey guys, tune tonight, tune!
Got no music to come up with. What's the deal with that, dude? No music. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Pablo Francisco. I'm Pablo Francisco. I'm the friendly Latino. Thank you. I'm the Latino that gets in your face.
Hey, Latinos!
But I can do some Latino impressions if you guys would like to see some. You ready? Okay. Here's a Latino Pauly Shore.
Hey, buddy, chorizo con huevos. Yo soy de Chihuahua. Muy loco.
Spanish, Jerry Seinfeld. Here we go. Spanish Jerry Seinfeld.
Oye, Jerry, Adriana está loca.
Oye, Jaime, por favor, tú estás loco. ¿Quiénes son estas personas? No sé. Caramba. Spanish Johnny Carson. Here we go, Spanish Johnny Carson.
Here's aquí está Juanito.
Hola, buenas noches. ¿Es Johnny Carson? Mi amigo se llama Miguel. Hola, Ed. ¿Cómo estás?
Sí.
Era macho borracho pendejo. Estúpido.
So as a kid, there was this bear that would walk in the front door of my house. And as an adult, it was this jackal that would hover above my bed. Well, the sleepwalking got worse. Abby and I graduated from school and moved to Brooklyn. We had a very small apartment, but it was comfy, you know. We had a big puffy couch and 2 cats, and we made our first major purchase. We bought a TiVo. And one night I had a dream that I was in the Olympics for some kind of arbitrary event, like Dustbuster. And they told me that I got 3rd place. And I stood up on the 3rd place podium, and I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I'm new to the sport, you know. Even in my dreams, I don't win, per se. In my wildest dreams, I place. And they say, actually, we reconsidered and we decided that you got 2nd place. And then move over to the 2nd place podium, and it starts wobbling. And it's wobbling, wobbling. I wake up, and I'm falling off the top of our 5-foot bookcase in our living room. And I land on the floor hard on top of our TiVo. I know. And it breaks into pieces. And it was like one of these stories you hear where people black out drinking and they wake up in Idaho, they don't know where they are. They're just like, oh no! Hardee's, you know, or whatever's there. But it was in my own living room, just like, oh no! TiVo pieces. And I get up and I go back to bed, and Abby wakes me up in the morning and she says, Michael, what happened to the TiVo? And I said, I got 2nd place.
So he grabs it all pissed off, and then he goes in the kitchen and he starts talking trash to one of the cooks. He's like, and then he comes back with a bowl of Cuban coffee, okay? And he puts it down in front of me and he won't leave the table. He's like, okay? I'm like, okay. Oh, I get it. He wants me to make sure this is what I want, what I want, right? So I pick up the bowl and I take a little sip of it. And when the coffee hit my tongue, I was like, oh my God, this is the most concentrated coffee I've ever had. It was really, really strong, and then it clicked. That's why they bring you a little shot glass of this stuff. So now I don't want to look stupid making him take a bowl of coffee back in the kitchen, so I picked it up to my face again and I drank the whole thing. I knew I messed up because the waiter looked at me and he's like, "Vaya con Dios." He goes back in the kitchen, he's like, "Manolo, come on!" 10 minutes go by, you guys. I am so wired. That coffee is strong. That is the only way in the world Cubans can make that swim.
Celebrate in style this graduation season with the help of FedEx Office. Elevate your event with impactful graphics like flutter flags, banners, programs, and more. Get started today at office.fedex.com.
Hey, did you know that when someone just poop, they do a little dance? Why? 'Cause they're party poopers. Okay, I got one. Did you know that frogs feed scare predators? So if you're near a frog, you're in the danger zone. You're in, get it? We're talking science at the Virginia Aquarium. Click to learn more.
Meet Greg.
I'm the Consumer Insights and Rewards Manager at Warlow.
Between its berries, sightseeing cruises, walking tours, and more, Warlow serves 20 million customers a year.
Guest feedback is like the holy grail. It's the information that we need to make sure they keep coming.
It's Greg's job to make sense of all that feedback. That's where SurveyMonkey comes in.
My role is to bring the voice of the customer to the organization, and SurveyMonkey makes that possible.
Get started today at surveymonkey.com/results.
Find out what you like. You can like a lot of things. I like a lot of things. I like tattoos, I found out. I like a girl in a sexy tattoo. A sexy tattoo, not any tattoo, like a teardrop coming down from where she stabbed a girl in the joint. Something. I knew the girl one had a bunch of them tattooed, sexy ones. And on her ribcage, she had a tattoo of a zipper from the top to the bottom. Of a zipper. I said, hey, what's that zipper all about? Well, what do you got a zipper tattoo for? She goes, zipper was mine and my ex-boyfriend's safe word in bed. We'd yell out zipper, but things got out of hand, so no one would get hurt. I did not know you could get hurt. Apparently, I've been doing it wrong this whole time. Generally, when I'm finished, I'm like, that was relaxing, I liked it. I'm not like, we made it! Head count. Seriously. Where's that little fella? Where's that? Who tied these knots? We started romping around, and like a minute into it, she bit me on my shoulder hard. Not a nibble. I like a nibble. Big, meaty, like you're trying to bite through an Applebee's steak hard. You know what I mean? Of course it's tough. It's $9, and they're making profit. She's Applebee's biting me right there in my shoulder. It hurt. I was like, zipper! Zipper! Reißverschluss! That's German for zipper, I think. I tried to blow in her nose because that works with dogs. Seriously, I mean, puff. Puff at you. She choked me? Choked me? And I'm not saying, well, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you choke each other. And I'm not saying I like it or I don't like it. I'm just saying, how about a little pre-choke warning? You know what I mean? A little heads up? We're throwing etiquette out the door? Right now, no manners? She called me an exhale. I thought I was gonna die. How rude, you know? Stephanie Tanner. She choked a noise out of me. A noise. I didn't even know it was in me. It was buried underneath some Diet Dr. Pepper or something. And it wasn't a sex noise. I've heard those. I've made those. Nobody across the hallway was like, that's sex. I can hear it. Boy, that's a sex noise if I've ever heard one. God forbid, if anyone heard that noise, they were like, call a veterinarian. Call it. Something stuck up in a crawl space. And it's in labor, obviously. And it's breech. It's having a breech baby. I can tell by the screen. It multiplies when it gets wet. She texted me for weeks. I never responded. One time she just texted me and just said sex, exclamation.
I thought it looked like that rock.
Find the best savings for your Memorial Day barbecue, all in the Kroger app. Get 1 pound packs of flavorful Kroger 80% lean ground beef for $3.99 each. Then buy one, get one free on select Breyers ice cream, all with your card. Shop these deals at your local Kroger, less than 10 miles away. Or click the screen now to download the Kroger app to save big today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Prices and product availability subject to change. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hardee's Original Bag packs 2 full-size favorites, plus fries and a drink starting at $5.99. Pair any 2 items. Choose from a charbroiled double cheeseburger, hot ham and cheese, or hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Or choose 2 double cheeseburgers for just $1 more. A great big bag of original goodness starting at just $5.99. Only at Hardee's. Download the Hardee's app and join my rewards for special offers. These items are tax not included. Price and participation may vary.
Military families. Verizon is offering a discount of $15 off your monthly internet bill with a Fios 1 or 2 gig plan. Plus $400 off select Samsung products on them when you spend $800 or more on an eligible item at Best Buy. Because Verizon is proud to serve those who serve. Visit your local Verizon store or call 1-833-VERIZON to learn more. Terms apply.
I'm just looking for the one, like everyone, I'm just looking for the one who will let me be with others. That's all I want, right? I don't know if you guys are monogamy people. If you like monogamy, clap your hands. Clap your hands, monogamy people. But only your 2 hands forever. Just those 2 hands. Now, non-monogamy people, clap hands or slap high fives or slap your dicks together. Whatever you want to do. Have a great time. Get some STDs. Call them sexual touchdowns. Fun. Monogamy, if you're doing it today, congratulations. I really think it's the hardest that it's ever been. I respect you. It was way easier back, like, say, in biblical times when God gave it to Adam. It was like, Adam, you can only be with one other person. And Adam's like, there only is one other person, so... You're just saying don't be with the animals? Is that all? Chat, I got it. I'm pretty... I mean, they're naked, so, like, if God didn't want us banging the animals, why did he make them so naked? Am I right? I'm not right. I get that one. I'm not right on that one. I'm not right at all. Used to be way easier. Like, before life was longer, before there were more people, before Facebook. Used to be there wasn't even a book or faces, you know, it was just amoebas. Amoebas didn't have multiple partners. They didn't have any partners. Amoeba would just asexually reproduce. And the amoeba was all alone and it would just be like, I'm just gonna jerk off. And then it would jerk off and then come another amoeba. That's what happens. It'd be like, I'm lonely. Oh, there's a friend. Great, that's super. That's the beginning of life, I believe. But monogamy, it used to be easier because, you know, hundreds of years ago, you'd meet your love and you'd be like, let's be together till death do we part. And then death could get you next week via tiger. You know what I mean? That was it. Now you could get married, you're like, till death do we part. You'd be like 20 years, 40 years, 80 years, eventually like, where's that tiger? I was led to believe there'd be a tiger eventually. And where are the tigers today? They are eating gay magicians. That's what's happening today. Wrong people. Gay people can't even get married in most places in this country. And plus, the tigers now are better magicians than the magicians are, because the tigers are making magicians disappear. Great trick, tigers. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Pretty silly thing to say. Pretty silly. And I know you might be looking at me thinking, you don't look like the kind of guy who gets with all the women. And that's true, because all the women, that's 3.5 billion people, I'm not getting with all. I'm working on it. I'm working on all of them. Not all at once, but not all. And some of them are kids. I'm going to leave them alone, obviously. Wait like 20, 40, 60 years on them. And some of them are old. Some of them are old women. I'm going to wait on them until they're dead. You can have sex with them way easier. You know, like, you can't say no when you're dead, am I right? This time I am right, but I get why you're hesitant a little, I think. Come on, talk about boning, right, everybody? No? Okay. Mortician for the squishing? Okay, I understand. What I'm trying to say is that I am in therapy. And I'm talking to this therapist about what kind of relationship I want. One forever, multiples over the course of forever, a lot at once. There's a lot of options. I'm talking to this one therapist. Maybe she's not the therapist for me. Maybe I should be seeing multiple therapists all at once. Who knows? I told her that as a joke, and she was like, are you seeing multiple therapists? And I was like, are you seeing other patients? That seems like a hypocritical thing. Like, why? Are you jealous? Double standard? Let's talk about this, you know?
I have to watch what I eat. My cholesterol is about, I think it's 5,280. Something like it. I don't eat well. I like buying donuts. I feel bad for the donut ladies, because people can't make up their mind in these places. You think the donut ladies just snap and start shooting people. Out! Everybody out! Go on! I don't know what it is about buying donuts, but people freak out. They go in there, okay. Looking around. All right, I need a dozen donuts. Oh. You have a lot of donuts. Okay, I'm gonna start with 4 chocolate. I want 2 twisty goos. I want a lemon twitter. I want a raspberry puff. I want a honey curl and no, 2 chocolate. No, one. Put them back. I want a Bavarian apple crunch. Get the ladder. Hey. Why don't you go outside and think it over, huh? It's a big decision. Can't blow donut day. But the donut ladies have learned how to get back at you. They do the subtraction for you in front of the customers, make you look like an idiot. You go in there, yeah, I'd like a dozen donuts. I'll start with 7 chocolate. You have 5 left. Oh. Okay, if I order one more, then how many would I have left? How many would I have then, donut lady? That's what I need to know it now! They have some weird donuts. There are some donuts that I don't understand who thought of them. There's one donut, have you ever seen this? I've seen it in more than one donut place. It's a donut with frosting all over the top, and there are sprinkles on it, but the sprinkles are just over on one end of the donut. For the life of me, I don't know who's looking for that in a donut. Somebody have that particular of a taste, that's what they're looking for. You know, they walk into a donut place. Cling, cling, cling. Cling, cling, cling. Okay. I want a donut, and I want frosting all over the top. And I want sprinkles, but not all over. I just want them scrunched over on the edge. You got anything like that? We sure do, freshly baked. We saw you pulling in, and it's called our spring smidge for lunatics like you.
No matter how you travel, it's good to have a plan. Some people plan every minute. No sleep, bus, museum, another museum. While others only plan to take it day by day. When it comes to your finances, a plan is just as important. You can count on Credit Karma to give you the insights you need to understand your options, so you can take charge of your financial path and find your way to money. Explore how you can make financial progress with confidence today. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
Summertime is about sunshine, good vibes, and great weather. But when temperatures go up, so does your energy use. That's why we've got energy efficiency programs to help you save. Because even small changes in your home can make a difference. Find out how you can save when you install a smart thermostat, get instant rebates on air filters, and earn rewards for saving energy. Visit DominionEnergy.com/findyoursavings to see the ways you can lower energy use this summer.
Need money for college? Keystone Student Loans puts you in the fast lane with low rates, zero fees, and multiple repayment plans. Parents, shift into savings mode with our parent loan featuring lower starting rates and no origination fee, unlike the federal Parent Plus loan. Don't get left in the dust. Tap the banner to race towards savings today.
See, I'm from Redondo Beach. That's capital of karaoke or karaoke, whatever it's called. What is it? Karaoke or everyone goes there for karaoke. It's funny because Redondo Beach is like little India. People from India own everything in Redondo Beach. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, who owns a video store? Who owns a gas station? I'm gonna open up a hot dog stand. Haji beat you do it. Beep, ba, ba, dee, da. Ma, na, ma, na, 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 na. You always get the one who whistles when he talks aloud. You know, once in a while you go a few places. Hey, how do we get to Brea, California? Okay, what you need to do? Go down T-shirt to 91. From going to 57, go put no that way. All the way down. Oh, look at that pretty girl. Woo, woo. All right, keep going. You know what's really funny? Do you ever see them sing like American songs and they do karaoke? It's the funniest thing. You ever see like an Indian guy singing like Riders on the Storm? Rider down the door. Rip-a-pa-ta-tan. Mana-ko-na-na. No, let go. Ra-ba-na-na-na. Mi-da-na-ma-da-na-ma-na-na. Da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could beat the tree.
going to tell you a story tonight. It's a crazy story. You know, it's just one of those very rare moments in your life where, in retrospect, you're like, what the hell? And at the time, you're like, I guess I'll continue living. I don't know. It's like if you went to the dentist and he asked you to take your pants off, and you're just like, oh, I don't know. You know, I'm going to make a note of this. This seems strange. I was always discouraged from telling personal stories growing up. I always heard the phrase, don't tell anyone. But not about creepy things. I don't want to lead you down the wrong path. My dad wasn't the dentist or whatever. It would be sort of about insignificant things, like I wouldn't make the soccer team. My father would be like, don't tell anyone. I was like, they're gonna know. When they show up to the games and I'm not on the team, and I'm crying. One time I confronted my dad about this, which is tough with my dad because he's a very serious guy. He's a doctor, he's a neurologist actually. He always sits in this one armchair in our house and reads these thick books. My dad goes through war novels like I go through boxes of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Quickly and aggressively. Passionately, and he's just the kind of guy who knows stuff, which is intimidating for someone like me who knows nothing. Because my fear when speaking with someone who knows stuff is that it'll reveal and accentuate that I know nothing. And obviously, I don't know nothing. You know, no one knows nothing. It's just the levels of things we know are very different. You know, my dad knows about the hemispheres of the brain. And I know that if I spill Diet Coke on my laptop, it probably won't start again, you know? And that's why my dad was so disappointed that I became a comedian. You know, he worked his whole life to send me to college so I would learn stuff. And I didn't. And I got a job making fun of him in front of strangers. So that whole plan kind of backfired. But one time I built up the courage to ask him, I say, hey, how come you play everything so close to the vest? My father says, the more people know about you, the more they can use it against you. Which really sent shivers down my spine. It has that kind of open-ended fear to it. You know that feeling you have when you're driving and you see a cop and you're not speeding, you don't have drugs, but you're just like, I hope he doesn't notice I'm driving. 10 and 2, sitting upright, you know. Well, as guarded as my father, as my mother is open, she'll say anything to anyone in any context. I was visiting them recently, and I met her at the bank, and she'd been talking to the bank teller for 15 minutes about really personal stuff, and I walked in right at the end, and all I heard her say was, and here he is now! And I was like, oh no, this is a disaster. She's a talker, and I love talking to my mom. You know, we'll talk on the phone for 15 minutes or 2 hours, but at the end of it, no matter what, she'll always say one more thing. But it's rarely anything that deserves to be one more thing. It's always like one more thing. Alan from my swim class bought a rice cooker. I don't know, that deserves to be one more thing, Mom. In long division, that's called a remainder. You save up 17 of those, we'll give you a conversation. She's a talker, and I'm a talker. That's why we always drove my dad crazy. Whenever we would tell personal stories growing up, my father would say, hush. I'll give you an example. I was a terrible reader as a kid. We used to do these things in grade school in Massachusetts called SRAs. You guys had that? Student Reading Assignments? Yeah, and what they would do is they would post how many everyone had done on the wall, which is a really good way to squash a child's self-esteem. I remember there was this girl in my class named Jamie Burson, and she finished 147 of these things before I finished 2. And I distinctly remember thinking, I think I might be retarded. And then I looked at the wall, and I was like, oh yeah, I am. And in retrospect, it seemed so obvious that I just had some kind of ADD. I remember reading these books as a kid, you know, there were 4 rabbits. Mopsy, Flopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. And I was thinking, if you're gonna name your rabbit Mopsy, you're really gonna name the second one Flopsy? You want everyone to hate you? And Peter's the only one who made it out okay in the naming process. He's like an investment banker now. He's like, I do not know those other rabbits. And they're like, aren't you Peter Rabbit? He's like, no, I'm Peter Lippins. And he's tucking his ears into a baseball cap. And anyway, while I was thinking about all that, the other kids read the book. So I had some kind of issue. And I remember one night I said to my dad at the dinner table, I said, I think I might be retarded. And my father said, hush. Which is one way to address a problem. That's what he always said whenever we told uncomfortable stories, and so I developed this habit of telling uncomfortable stories. So here goes.
Hey, did you know that when someone just poop, they do a little dance? Why? 'Cause they're party poopers. Okay, I got one. Did you know that frogs feed scare predators? So if you're near a frog, you're in the danger zone. You're in, get it? We're talking science at the Virginia Aquarium. Click to learn more.
Find the best savings for your Memorial Day barbecue, all in the Kroger app. Get 1-pound packs of flavorful Kroger 80% lean ground beef for $3.99 each. Then buy one, get one free on select Breyers ice cream, all with your card. Shop these deals at your local Kroger, less than 10 miles away. Or click the screen now to download the Kroger app to save big today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Prices and product availability subject to change. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. The message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, joy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate for 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
I gotta get in shape, not this shape. It's not a good shape. I gotta get really. I thought I was like, oh, I'm doing an hour special. That'll motivate me, and here we are. I tell me why I gotta get back in shape. I've never been in shape, you know? Like most people, like, if I go back to my 20s, I want to go back to 7. If I could get back to when I was 7, I was just killing it. I don't know how to work out. For me, a good workout would be walking to McDonald's would be a great start. You know, maybe stand up and eat it, see if that does something. My friends like want to go lift weights, and they're like, let's lift weights. I'm like, I don't want to get like too big, you know? That's how far I go. Like, and they're like, well, let's just drive by it and see what happens. If you start ballooning up, we'll leave immediately. I ordered the P90X videos. I thought I could do that. Never worked out a day in my life, so let's do what the Navy SEALs do. You know why I ordered it? Because in the commercial, you know they have like a before body and after body? And I was blown away by the before body. I thought that's what you get to look like. I was like, that guy looks great, you know? I would love to look like him. Then I saw the after body. I was like, does the before body guy have a DVD? Because that guy seems more my speed, you know? What did he do to get to that? And I'll just do that. I signed up for a mixed martial arts class. I made it one day. That's all. It was all for Groupon. The Groupon was like mixed martial arts training. It just said like, hey, do you want to fight a guy you don't know in a room? Because that's what it was. I just go in there, I don't know how to fight, and that's what they do. They just pair me up with some 16-year-old kid that wants to fight for a living and wasn't raised by human people. And they're like, why don't y'all just go at it? And I was like, I think it's because we have different goals. Maybe that's why we should not go at it. I believe he is training for the Hunger Games. I just want you not to see my nipples through my shirt. So let's do levels, you know? If someone gave me an Under Armour shirt to wear, if you ever wore one of those, it's like skin tight. It just shows the worst parts of your body. I look better without a shirt on than with that shirt on. You know in plastic surgery how they draw markers on you? They should just put you in that shirt and be like, obviously you can see what we're gonna go after.
I keep pulling at the shirt because I can't tell if my undershirt or my overshirt is grabbing my belly really tight. I'm like, maybe I should have had that shake or Butterfinger or cookie or brownie with ice cream on it. That happened in 3 days of my life. But anyway, nobody's people who watch this, listen to the CD, and they're like, wow, is he fat? But this is a medium shirt, so you know what I mean? I'm grabbing at a medium, so that's pretty, you know, I don't know why I just pointed that out. One of my favorite things, I'm leaving that in, by the way. I'm gonna leave that in the CD. Most people would edit that out. I say, screw it, this is mine. One of my favorite things about being single is a first kiss. If you're in a relationship, you have the one first kiss, and that's yours forever, and that's good, whatever. If you're single, you're doing it right, you should have multiple first kisses. That's the way that it happens, with multiple partners, and you don't know how they're gonna kiss until you kiss them. It's this big love mystery. How's they gonna kiss? How am I gonna kiss? I don't know what to do. Do I lean left? Do I lean right? You know what I mean? More tongue? Less tongue? Should I pinch your nipple? Is it too early for that? Sometimes you have a good first kiss. You have a good first kiss. You just sit there and it's bam, right out of the gate. You're like, it's like these lips were cut from the same mold. And they've been waiting for this moment to be reunited. I'm sure you guys have had a kiss just as good as that, but you weren't able to put it into words as well as I can. You got your job, I got mine. And then sometimes you have a bad first kiss and you're just like, get your face away from my face. Your face is committing a hate crime right now. I've had both of them. There's two types of kisses. Open mouth, closed mouth. Open, good. Closed, good. Open, closed, one of the worst things ever. I leaned into a girl one night, I came in open, because I thought I earned it. She came in closed, and I didn't know what was happening until I had all of her lips in my mouth. I had her in my mouth. I don't know what to do, and I'll tell you what I wanted. I wanted to be able to dislocate my jaw and swallow her whole, just to get rid of the witness. I don't want this to be ladies' room fodder from now on. One time a girl kissed me and she pulled her back, and then she licked me from my chin to my nose. She licked me, and then looked at me like I don't know what to say. You know, you just gave me a cat bath. No, we do not lick on the face. Where's my squirt bottle? Where's my squirt? Get down from the fridge. Get down, that's where I keep my change jar. That's my vacation fund. I'm going to Branson and maybe Gatlinburg. One of my least favorite types of overall kisses is a power kiss. If the power kisses should be used in a moment. If there's like panting and heffing and puff, like so much power. But then not just like an end of the night kiss. I had that one time with a girl. I leaned in for the kiss, and I see her kiss face. I got greedy. I kept my eyes open too long, and she comes in. Her lips are just clenched tight, like I'm trying to feed her vegetables. And she's Manamona, tail down. And then as soon as her lips touched, she jammed her head forward into my head with her neck muscle, just pushed onward. It's like, I didn't know what, I just started shoving my head back. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna lose. I mean, you know, you want to neck wrestle, I'll neck wrestle. I'm bigger, faster, stronger. So we're having this head, our teeth touched in the, that happened in my head. Our teeth touched. Your teeth are not supposed to touch At that point, it's like less of a kiss and more of eating a sandwich or something.
I talked to a lot of people before I got engaged, and I heard this expression about whether or not you should get married. This is an old expression. People say this. They say, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? You ever heard that before? It's a bananas insulting expression to an entire gender. But also, it makes no sense. Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? You're not allowed to milk a cow that you don't own. That's not even a situation. Was that a problem at one point? Like in the dairy community? Was that happening like 100 years ago in some village? Some Dutch prick was sneaking in at night being like, I take your milk. And the farmer was like, well then, this is your cow now. And he was like, no proof of purchase. And he ran off into the night. That sounded Dutch, right? You know what that expression means? It means, why would you marry a woman if she's already having sex with you? Which has nothing to do with what relationships are even like anymore. Now it's like, why buy the cow? Question mark. Maybe because every day the cow asks you when you're gonna buy it, and you live in a really small apartment with the cow, so you can't avoid that question at all. And also the cow is way better at arguing than you are. And the cow grew up in a family that knows how to argue. Why buy the cow? Question mark. Maybe because every time another cow gets bought, you have to go to the sale, and you have to sit next to your cow at the sale, and your cow looks over at you the entire time like, and does not enjoy the sale at all. Even though she's the one that wanted to go to the sale. And she's especially mad because that farmer and cow met like 8 months after you guys met. Why buy the cow? Well, let's be real here. You're very lucky to have the cow that you do have. Roping in cows and getting milk out of them was never anything you were known for, John. By the most liberal of estimates, there have been about 8 cows total, several unmilked, and a lot of people think that you like bulls, and if you just they assume it. When you search your name, the third thing to come up is like John Mulaney Bull, question mark? And if you just bought the cow, nobody would say that anymore. They'll still say it. Because there are those guys who they buy a cow and then on the side, total matador. But for real, Chicago, why buy the cow? Let's be real. Why buy the cow? Because you love her. You really do. And yeah. Sure, she's a bossy little Jew, but she takes care of you, and you don't want to be some old man stumbling around like, hey, you seen any loose milk?
Looking for a career where you're valued and rewarded? At Commonwealth Senior Living at Williamsburg, we're hiring passionate people to join our team. And right now, we're offering sign-on bonuses and top-tier pay for positions. Whether you're starting your journey in senior care or bringing years of experience, there's a place for you here. Visit CommonwealthSL.com to apply today. Make a difference and be rewarded for it.
Find the best savings for your Memorial Day barbecue, all in the Kroger app. Get 1-pound packs of flavorful Kroger 80% lean ground beef for $3.99 each. Then buy one, get one free on select Breyers ice cream, all with your card. Shop these deals at your local Kroger, less than 10 miles away. Or click the screen now to download the Kroger app to save big today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Prices and product availability subject to change. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
The lines at buffets, all-you-can-eat buffets, horribly long lines. I don't understand. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. And there are lines down the street. Why? You pay when you get in. There's a bunch of food. You go up, you grab the food, you sit down. And repeat the process over and over again. But yet there are horrible lines. People starving to death at the end of the line. Why? I'll tell you why. skinny people. Skinny people browse. You look at the food. You ask questions. Oh, now look at that over there. That looks good. Now, is that chicken or fish? It's chicken! Grab it, get out of the way! And I'm back there with an empty plate. What's going on up there? Oh, everything looks so good. Well, then why don't you pick something? Grab it, get out of my way! When you're at the buffet, don't be looking. Grab and move. That's what you do. You grab and move, grab and move, grab and move. Keep the line moving. You should see me at the buffet. I'm like a ninja. People don't even see me go up. I don't even know what I got till I get back to the table. Oh, look, they have ribs. I didn't know that. Oh.
I got a fire alarm at home. Really, it's more like a 9-volt battery slowly draining. Do you want to slowly get rid of your 9-volt batteries? Then buy this circle. I have no problem not listening to the Temptations, which is weird. Listerine hurts, man. When I put Listerine in my mouth, I'm fucking angry. Germs do not go quietly. If you're watching the parade, make sure you stand in one spot. Don't follow it. It never changes. And if the parade is boring, run in the opposite direction. You will fast forward the parade. Xylophone is spelled an X. That's wrong. Xylophone's X. I don't fucking see it. It should be a Z up front. Next time you spell xylophone, use a Z. If someone says, hey, that's wrong, say, no, it ain't. If you think that's wrong, then you need to have your head Z-rayed. It's like X wasn't given enough to do, so they had to promise more. Okay, you won't start a lot of words, but we will give you a co-starring role in Tic-Tac-Toe. And you will be acquainted with hugs and kisses. And you will mark the spot. And you will make writing Christmas easier. And incidentally, you will start xylophone. Are you happy, you fucking X?
Please welcome to the stage, Tom Papa.
The best people. So great. Good to see you. Thank you for coming out. Look at you. Look at you. You made a little plan for yourself. And you stuck with it. You didn't cancel. I know you wanted to cancel. I know it. I know it. I almost did too. Texting each other. Are we still gonna go to the thing? Yeah, don't you want to go? No, I do. I'm just seeing if there's any weakness on your part. I will tear this night down. I'm home with my pants off all night. That's all you want. You just want to be home with your pants off. Oh, it's the best feeling in the world. And you only get it if you cancel. Oh, there's no better feeling in the world than canceling. Oh, it's the best. Just going from I have to do something to I'm not doing anything. Oh, what a dream. Canceling dinner plans with another couple? Oh, heaven. You think we can cancel on them? Yes. You don't have to listen to him talk or watch her chew? Yes. Oh, canceling the gym? Oh, that was sweet. You don't even have to call anyone. Just do it in your head. Not going. Done. Oh, it's the best. Snow days? Remember snow days? Oh, it's the best. God canceling everything on everybody. More powerful than your parents. I want to go to school, but I can't. God won't let us. No, it's a hard thing not to cancel. You didn't cancel, and you made it, and it means a lot, and I thank you. Sincerely.
Time to restock your pantry? Kroger offers the same great prices and quality online that you get in store. From pasta to cook for family dinners to school lunch essentials. Get what you need when you shop, pickup, or delivery. If you're not 100% satisfied with your online order, we make it right. Guaranteed. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
We've lowered prices. You can save 15% or more on hundreds of items like Thomas Mini Bagels, Campbell's SpaghettiOs, and more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. The message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please fill everything good in this world. Stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check for your wallet first before hitting the drive-thru.
$6.
Sorry, forgot my wallet. I have change though. Here's 40 cents, another 40. Ooh, bicentennial.
What's that?
Oh gosh.
Checking first is smart, so check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
That's my brother Joe. My brother Joe is here tonight with us, my brother, and he's my older brother. I always followed in his footsteps. He wore overalls, I wore overalls. He lit off fireworks in the attic. I was hit by the fireworks, rushed to the hospital, and when I was 14, he got me my first job as a busboy at a restaurant, and it was really exciting, but I was so young, and I worked for these like tough Boston cooks. You know, I'm from Boston, and so they really didn't like look at me or talk to me. But then one day, one of the guys was like giving me a blank stare, and he goes, "How'd you get this job anyway?" And I was like, "Oh, my brother Joe worked here last summer," and his eyes lit up. And he goes, "Joey Bag of Donuts?" Your brother's Joey Bag of Donuts? We love Joey Bag of Donuts. And I was like, yeah. So I went home that night and I go, Joe, was your nickname at the restaurant Joey Bag of Donuts? And he was like, no. That was this other guy. That guy was awesome. So for the rest of the summer, I had to live the lie that my brother was Joey Bag of Donuts. They'd be like, seriously, how much can Joe Bags drink? I was like, so much. But I had this fear in my pit of my stomach that one day the real Joe Bags would walk in the door and they'd be like, Joe Bags, we've been hanging out with your brother. And he'd be like, that fag's not my brother. Joe Bags. So I call him Joe Bags now, just in case, you know, just as a precaution. I call him Joe Bags.
I'm from Tennessee. I almost said it. I live in New York now. Lived there for like 8 years. I like it. I don't know. It's fun. You know what I miss though about being I miss being around like Walmart. I like a nice Walmart. Like it's like headquarters. Like me and my family agree that if we ever get lost, we will just meet at a Walmart and either find each other or just start over with the new Walmart family. Either way, it's win-win. A lot of people don't like Walmart because it's like big business, right? Like it kills the mom and pop shops. But really, Walmart, like they were a mom and pop shop at some point, and then they got their act together and became unbelievable. I was like, I'll just ride these guys out. They're always open. Mom and pop shops close for no reason. You go in there like, why are you closed today? Like, we're sad. You're like, all right. Walmart, you could shoot the entire staff. It would be an hour of confusion, and they'd be up and running again. Yeah, that's how great Walmart is. Nice system. They have a good system down there. There's a lot of Kmart's in New York, and I do look down on Kmart. Like, I think I'm better than Kmart. That's where I'm a Walmart guy. I'm in the middle. I'm not Target. I'm not some jerk, and I think I'm better than everybody. I am just right in the middle. No one likes Kmart. They don't look open when you go in there. You're like, oh, you guys about to close? What's that? You're open 24 hours. Really? Really? Oh, man. Are y'all going to put the lights on in the back? Or... I went in there, like, you ever go to the store and, like, you think someone works there because whatever, they're wearing just matches everybody else? Like, I kind of did that. I was mean, all right, what happened? I walked up to this guy and I was like, hey, man, do you know what the raises are at? And then the guy was like, well, I don't work here. So I looked at what he was wearing, and he had a football jersey on. It couldn't have been more obvious that he did not work at Kmart. So basically, I just judged his face. I figured he had a Kmart face. It was like weird. Even when he was like, I don't work here, I was like, come on, man. Like, you probably have an idea of where they're at. Where would you put them if this was your Kmart? Where should they go?
My family's pretty great. We got a great. I won't watch my nephews. That's one thing I won't do. My sister asked me to babysit them. I love them, but I'm not gonna. I don't know what about you having a baby makes me qualified to care for a baby. You know what I mean? I didn't take a class or read a pamphlet. You got to train for 2 weeks to be a busboy at a Golden Corral. You just handed me your baby. You're a bad mom already. The only thing I know about them is don't shake them or feed them chocolate. And I think that second one's for dogs. I mean, probably is. I know you're not supposed to throw a baby into a ceiling. They don't tell you that. You find out because you accidentally threw a baby into a ceiling one time. That's what happened to me. I wasn't on purpose. I wasn't like, but I did that. And what happened was I was throwing them up in the air and I was catching them. You know, you throw babies up in the air and you catch them because they love it. And I just say babies because that's the only people I've witnessed enjoying it. I'm 27, $1.80. I'd probably like it myself. If we got some good air, heck yeah. So I'm throwing this baby up in there and catching him, and he's loving it. It's the best day of his life. He's being thrown up in the air, and he's having a time of his life. And I walked from the kitchen to the hallway. I went from a 14-foot ceiling to a 7-foot ceiling. Yeah. But I threw him at a 14-foot rate of speed. So as soon as I let him go, I knew I had done something wrong. You know what I mean? It was like, what, you're back before your scheduled arrival? How did that happen? And if you've never heard what it sounds like when a baby hits the ceiling, you're a better person than I am. It's a dull noise. I can't get it out of my head. We probably hit a floor joist or a stud or something. I don't know what happened. I don't know what long-term effects. He's probably 2 inches shorter, can't see red, or taste pepperoni, just something. No, what's this colorless disc? He started crying and I was upset. I was upset because I heard him and I like him as a person. And I was like, listen, baby, that's on me. I'm sorry. And then I put him down and I walked away before any adult saw what happened. I'm like, I'm not going down for this, baby. I mean, We can't take it back. It's happened. And it's up to you to live with it. Grow from this. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have said what happened if he'd actually stuck in the ceiling, just dangling there with his baby head jammed in between sheetrock and insulation. I'd have been like, he can jump. He can jump. He's like a baby Jordan. Not Harold Miner, but like a baby version of Michael Jordan. We need heavier baby shoes is what we need.
Hey, did you know that when someone just poops, they do a little dance?
Yeah, that's
Why?
Butthole my face. So, Brett, I went to see Final Destination Bloodlines. Feel that movie was wild. I need to go see that. Excuse me? Excuse me? Your cat doesn't jump on you to cuddle and put her butt in your face? Can you be my cat? Maybe. I did laugh when that dude dozing got hooked by Yo the way. Hey, no spoilers! They saved every clippable thing. You'd have to have the server be right? True. Just dancing in the dark. Dude, my desk is made out of wood. Oh, this is weird. My desk is made out of wood. What the fuck is this song? Kill it with fire. I felt a sliver in my wrist. Do you think it's in there, or am I hallucinating? I think it's in your blood stream out. Oh my god, I'm gonna turn in the groove.
Wood.
Am I gonna turn in the groove from Guardians of the Galaxy? Because I'm not really turning the wood. Ah! Dude, I'm not gonna feel so nervous. Shut up! Shut up right now! No! Pull it out! Pull it out! I'm freaking Emmy out. What if we wake up tomorrow with a peg leg? Push it out. bitch says I'm fine. I don't trust her. It's kind of red. I'm not ready to die! I'm not ready to die! That's it. I'm gonna show you guys up close. Hold on. Do you see my pain? Do you see the redness? Chat. You don't see the red. Tell me there's not wood in there. Chat, tell me right now. Stop! Emmy! You promised! You promised! She doesn't love me! She doesn't love me! I am unlovable. Dude, my cat doesn't love me because she can sniff out the wood from my wrist. It's in there.